20 double O, 2000 baby. Eating palms, Monterey Road, I'm a project baby. Eagles Drive, we was at Oak Grove, barely graduated. We got Tasha, Molly, Bodie, Corbett, they gon' have to hate us.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the New Media Podcast. I'm your host, Ya. We hope you enjoyed the last episode because, as always, today's going to be an even better episode. I got the whole crew with me today. Everybody's in the house. Today, we're going to be giving our predictions for the Week 1 NFL season that's upon us. Then we'll go ahead and give our Super Bowl predictions, and then we'll wrap things up with the whole Donovan Mitchell trade to Cleveland Cavaliers. I know we have some thoughts about that. I know we said we're going to talk about NBA. I think it's time we get started on that. But as always, we always got to start off with a temperature check. So how's everybody doing today?
Doing good, man.
Blessed.
Episode 4.
Episode 4, man. Let's go, man. Let's go.
Let's get it, man.
Season among us, baby. Let's go.
I'm ready to go, man. It's the best time of the year. So on the New Media Podcast, we're going to be playing a little bit of a game where we give our predictions from week to week, and whoever gets the most wins correct, at the end we'll get like some sort of prize. So we're just gonna keep track from week to week. You'll be hearing from us on our recap episode every Monday. So let's go ahead and get into the first game that's gonna kick off the NFL season. Bills and Rams. What do you guys got?
So this is a crazy matchup to have on a Thursday. But I have the Bills winning this. I think Josh Allen is ready to make a statement. The whole Matthew Stafford elbow issue, to me, they're keeping it under wraps. They're not talking about it enough, in my opinion. I don't know how much of that is going to affect Matthew Stafford's play. We're going to have to wait and see. The Bills, yeah, they're missing Tre'Davious White, but still, I think this defense is good enough to be able to hold up against that Rams offense. And again, Josh Allen, that's an elite quarterback right there. So I have the Bills winning this.
No, I made that. This is a hell of a game, but I just feel like the Rams, Super Bowl champs, picking up Bobby Wagner, picking up Allen Robinson. I don't see them taking a step back this season. Cooper Kupp, you'll always be there. Good old reliable slot machine. 2K yards, maybe not this year, but I don't know. He's gonna get close to it. He's gonna get close to it again, man.
That guy's so.
He's gonna get close to it again.
Hey, you think he's gonna match up against Tre'Davious White for once? Crazy.
Tre'Davious out anyway. So.
Keep him in the slot, man. Keep him in the slot.
But I have the Rams winning. Close game, but I have the Rams winning.
Nah, man. What a way to open up the season, man. Bills versus Rams. I'm rocking with my boy Josh Allen for life, so I got Bills winning this game. I don't really care what's going on in LA. I don't care who they picked up. They're not stopping this number 17 at all. They can't stop them, won't stop them. And also, their run game, Devin Singletary, Zach Moss, and James Cook as well. I feel like, obviously, James Cook won't, get into this game right away, but I feel like guys like Devin Singletary will definitely carry the load and, share the ball with Zach Moss as well. But I feel like number 17 will find his boys and Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis, even though I got Gabe Davis in fantasy. I hope 3 tugs, 217 maybe.
Nah, you asking for too much. You asking for a little bit too much. Take your 80 yards and maybe a touchdown.
Yeah, 80 yards and maybe I'd say 60 yards. 80 yards is pushing.
Nah, that guy is home free, man. I got Diggs.
I feel bad for whoever got Diggs.
Yeah, I can't.
Gonna be a long day for Dylan Ramsey.
Yeah, it's not gonna be a long day.
It's gonna be a long day for Stephon Diggs.
It's gonna be a long day for Stephon Diggs, man.
It's gonna be a holiday for Gabe Davis, man.
We're gonna see about that, but I think I got the Rams coming into this game and winning. They upgraded with their offense with Allen Robinson. Cam Akers is fully healthy from coming back from that injury. The Bills, they picked up Von Miller but missing Tre'Davious White, but still that defense is amazing. Who knows what they can do? And going back on what Chico said about the run game for the Bills, I just don't see anything happen with Singletary, Moss, or Cook. It's a mixed backfield. We've seen last year Singletary towards the end kind of had a good success, but not really much. They're going to depend on Josh Allen running the ball, finding his targets. But if Diggs is taken out of the game, man, it's going to be tough for them offensively.
I hear you guys. I think for me personally, I think the Rams are going to win this game. This game is going to be in contention for game of the year, in my opinion. I feel like this game should be on Sunday night more than it is on Thursday night. But Matthew Stafford's injury is a bit concerning to me. They're keeping that a little bit under wraps. I really don't like that. But I think the Bills will put up a good fight. But at the end of the day, the Rams being at home, first game off a Super Bowl chip, I think they really can't do wrong in this situation. The Bills are going to put up a fight. I think Diggs might get the best of Jalen Ramsey in my opinion, but that D line that they got with Aaron Donald and they added Bobby Wagner this offseason, I think they're gonna go crazy. They're gonna give Josh Allen some trouble. It's gonna be a tough game for him. He'll do his thing, but it's gonna look tough when we're watching it on Thursday. But I have the Rams winning this one for sure. So let's go ahead and move on to the next game: Saints and Falcons.
There's nothing home to write about this. I have the Saints winning this, and maybe in a dominating fashion. I have them winning this like about maybe 27-14. They'd be lucky. The Falcons be lucky to score 2 touchdowns on this defense. So it should be a clear pick. The Saints winning this.
Yeah, no, you hit it right on the head. I have the Saints just rolling through the Falcons. That defense is just abysmal. I mean, AJ Terrell is the only bright spot on that defense. So Michael Thomas, I mean, he should, be eased back in for relatively easy with the Falcons. So I have them winning comfortably as well. Probably, I'd say 31-7.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the Saints 30 plus on this team on the Falcons. Having Drake London and obviously Kyle Pitts definitely helps, but you're not moving much with the Mariota at quarterback in this horrible offensive line, all that. So I feel like it's gonna be a huge blowout. I think they get 7. That's it though. Probably 7 in field goal, so like 10-30 or something.
I agree with everybody. Yeah, it's going to be a big blowout. Saints are going to cook him. It's going to be tough offensively for the Falcons, and defensively they're going to get shredded. So, yeah, 30 plus on them, and 7 to 10 points for the Falcons.
Yeah, this one's pretty much a no-brainer. Might be one of the worst games that we have in week 1. Saints are going to win this one comfortably. Falcons got nothing going for them. And I just feel like Jameis Winston coming back, Michael Thomas coming back, new head coach. It's probably going to take some time for them to figure it all out. But it's a very good. It helps knowing that they got to play the worst team, one of the worst teams in the league, in the Atlanta Falcons. Doesn't matter where it's at. They're on the road right now in Atlanta, but it's not going to do any. It's not going to help the Falcons in any way. So I got the Saints winning this one for sure. Next, we have the Niners and the Bears.
So again, I think this should be seen in the same light as the Saints and Falcons. If anything, I think this happens in a more dominating fashion. The Niners run away with this easy. The Bears have absolutely no answer for that defense of the Niners. I feel bad for Justin Fields. He might be in an ambulance after this game. Seeing that defensive line is going to be tough on him. He has a garbage offensive line. Doesn't really have weapons like that outside Darnell Mooney and Cole Kmet. So the Niners are just going to roll him over.
Yeah, no, absolutely. The Falcons, the Bears might be contention for the worst team in the NFL. Justin Fields, I feel like he had better wide receivers at Ohio State than he has right now. I feel bad for my guy. So yeah, the 49ers are going to go run away with this. I see them benching their starters early. That's how bad it's going to get. So you might see Trey Lance play halftime, and when the score is 41-3, we might see Jimmy G, man. We just might.
I don't know, man. I feel like Justin Fields coming into this year, I see him under a different light. I think he's going to perform Sunday. He's going to perform Sunday for sure. I feel like, in my opinion, I don't think it's going to be a blowout like you guys are saying. Obviously, that offensive line is horrible. I feel bad for his health. I can have concerns for his health, but I don't see it like as a blowout. I do have the Niners winning, but I don't see it the way you guys see it. Probably like a 21-14 maybe game. Nothing too crazy.
Absolutely not.
I don't see that.
Absolutely not.
There is absolutely no way the Bears are keeping up with this game. I'll tell you that right now. There's absolutely no way. Like, it's gonna get ugly.
You sound a little crazy about that, Chigo.
What?
Like you can like Justin Fields, but
no.
That's just
the
a
way
reach.
resting the starters. All that's not happening, bro. No.
Oh yeah, they're not gonna rest the starters, but they will drop 40 on their head.
No.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be that bad. No, I don't think so.
The Niners coming on a new looking offense.
I feel like Justin Fields outplays Trey Lance as well, so we'll see.
I got the Niners coming in and abusing the Bears. They've got no chance against that D line. That offensive line is extremely horrible. Like, they got us 5, but we're not there. You know what I'm saying? But they got it's going to be tough for them. It's going to be very, very tough. And then I feel like this is the perfect game for Trey Lance to come in, ease in, get used to the offense, get comfortable with the players around him. It's an easy game for them. So time for him to step up, have some fun on that field.
I'm gonna have to agree with Chico on this one. I don't see it as being a blowout. I think this game is gonna be pretty close. I think the Niners they'll slip away in the end, like in the later quarters, the third and the fourth quarter. But we don't know what Trey Lance is gonna bring in this offense, right? We haven't seen it yet. We only saw a glimpse of it last year, but like they never fully handed him the keys to this whole offense. So to say it's going to be a 30 point blowout, I think that's a bit extreme to say, in my opinion. I think it'll be, I would say, maybe 28-14, but the Niners will win this game for sure. But it all depends on what Trey Lance does, he's on the road going into Soldier Field. So we just don't know what to expect out of the Niners. But that defense will show up. That defense will give Justin Fields hell all game. But it all comes down to what Trey Lance can do, and we just don't know what he can do yet. But we're gonna see that this Sunday. The next game we have is the Steelers versus the Bengals. I think this one should be fairly easy as well.
Yeah, the thing is about this game is like I have it fairly closer than people think. I have the Bengals, but like in my opinion, it's going to be something of like a 17-12 type game. I think it's going to be kind of a defensive struggle. Ultimately, I think the Bengals are going to pull away just because of their offensive weapons and the Steelers' lack of quarterback play. But the Steelers coming in with an elite defense, so there's no way they're going to let the Bengals just go walk all over them. So I have the Bengals winning this simply because they have a better offense, but this is going to be somewhat of a close game.
You actually have, as a Steelers fan, you have more optimism than me, man. We're actually gonna get destroyed Sunday. Deontay's banged up. What do you call it? TJ Watt got hurt in the last meaningless preseason game. I don't know why we had our starters out there in the third quarter of the last game. So it's gonna be pretty bad. I feel like it's gonna be probably like it's not gonna be as bad as these other games that we just listed. The 41-7, but we're probably gonna lose about 24 to I'd say 10. We'll probably just score a touchdown in the field goal. But Mitch Trubisky, he's not the best quarterback, but it'll be an interesting year. I feel like it's gonna be a bad game though. Except I
hear you, BLS. I just feel like Bengals are going to take the top off on these guys like multiple times.
Okay, come on, man. That's too far, man. Come on, man.
Hey, man. With those weapons, they're capable of doing that.
Bro, that's a drop top. I'm telling you. Like, I'm not even lying to you, bro. I feel like the
Bengals. Man, y'all sleeping on that Steelers defense, man.
Nah, you're sleeping on us, man. Minka and it's a shutdown, man.
If TJ Watt plays and he's good to go for that game.
But Bill said he's out, right? Or is he questionable?
Ooh, TJ, no, he's injured. He's injured.
He's out for sure, right?
He's gonna play through it.
Oh,
he's fine. He's injured though. He's playing banged up.
Okay.
Injured knee.
Yeah, but still doesn't change the fact that the Bengals are gonna win this game. No. Yeah, I definitely see obviously Najee, pounding the ball, 20 rushes, all that good stuff. But I feel like offense, like pound for pound, you guys are not gonna be able to keep up with the Bengals. And I feel like these guys definitely pull away somewhere down in the third quarter, midway in the third quarter, pull away. Maybe I'd say like a 27 or 28-21. Pretty still close, I'd say, but 28-21, I'd say. So kind of close to a shootout.
Not taking the top off though.
You said what?
That's not taking the top off.
That's not taking the top off, man.
I'm sorry, in terms of top off, I mean like Jamar Chase getting loose down the field, T. Higgins getting loose down the field.
Oh, that's
top off.
Okay. No, Minka's not letting that happen.
I got the Bengals coming in winning this game, but I don't think they're going to win as much as people think they're going to win by. I feel like that Steelers defense is fantastic. If they come in healthy and everything, it's going to be a tough game, especially divisional games. We see divisional games, especially that division and the Niners, Rams, Seahawks, Arizona division. It's always close games. So I feel like Niger can hold it up. You can, if they get something in the run, do a little, 5-yard ins, 5-yard outs, quick passes. They might have a chance, but Bengals offense much better than the Steelers. So, yep.
Yeah, I think this game's going to be a complete blowout. I don't see the Steelers being a threat to the Bengals. And as I mentioned in the other episode, Joe Burrow going for MVP this year, in my opinion. I think this is going to be the game where he pops off. He just goes crazy. I think he's going to probably finish maybe over 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. And like Chico said, they're going to take the top off on that defense. Jamar and T. Higgins, they're going to get loose. So the Steelers, they won't put up a fight. In the beginning of the game, it'll be a little bit of a defensive battle because, both teams are going to knock the rust off. But once the Bengals get comfortable, Joe has some time in the pocket. He's finding his guys. once he gets in that rhythm, I think it's gonna be pretty much over. So I got the Bengals winning comfortably. I would say by maybe 20 plus.
Damn.
The next game we have is the Eagles versus the Lions.
I have the Eagles winning this pretty comfortably, something of a 24-14 type of game. I think Jalen Hurts goes out there and the Eagles just show what they've done this offseason in their pickups. It should be a no-brainer, in my opinion. Eagles winning this easily.
I know, absolutely. I have the Eagles, especially with the addition of AJ Brown. It takes their offense to another level. So I have them comfortably winning as well. It's the Lions as well. So I mean,
Hey, I'm sorry, Chico. I know you watched him on
I
Hard
wouldn't
Knocks. Big
say-
H. Big H.
Yeah.
I know y'all watch him on Hard Knocks. A cute story now, but this is the
yeah,
NFL
keep
season.
story now.
This is the NFL
Yeah,
season,
Right,
and
right,
it's
right now,
it's
y'all-
not
y'all
training
think-
camp.
Y'all think Jalen Hurts is like Tom Brady right now? Relax.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie.
Nah,
I wouldn't say
hold on.
comfortably. I
Yeah,
wouldn't.
I wouldn't
actually-
say comfortably.
No,
I
like
wouldn't say
what's up?
comfortably.
What's up with you and these underdogs, bro? Like it's gonna be comfortable, man.
Nah, I
don't
wouldn't say
think
comfortably.
I don't think comfortable.
Because you see, obviously the Lions got better this offseason, and also the Eagles have gotten better this offseason. But I don't see. Obviously the Eagles are going to win, but I don't see it being comfortably. I see this game. I see the Eagles winning this game by like 3, like by a field goal.
No,
My
okay,
hair.
no, that's
That's a
very
bit
good.
too close.
That's-
That's a little too
But
close.
That's way
it's
too
gonna
close.
be
I'm gonna
it's gonna
say-
be 10 or
I'm
it's gonna be 10 or
I'm gonna
more.
say
Their
I'm gonna
O-line
say a
is back and
touchdown. I'm
healthy.
gonna say by a touchdown.
Their offensive line is back and healthy. Hawkinson could go back to the fucking. Hawkinson
He's
could go back
passionate,
to.
he's passionate about the Lions, bro. It's crazy.
I'm so
Nah,
passionate about the
I've
Lions,
never,
bro.
I've never
Okay,
seen someone
I
get
just
adamant
checked.
about
I
the
just checked.
Lions.
I just checked the last year game, man. Let me
Yeah.
rephrase it. Eagles going by 20. I'm
Oh
sorry.
yeah, it's 40. It's 40 now. Then
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna rephrase it. Man.
I got it by 3.
No, that's just
No,
crazy.
I'm giving it 20.
Like
Oh,
you know,
This
like
Sunday,
I know you saw like the clips and Hard Knocks and everything. Like they're passionate. Dan
Bro,
Campbell yelling and
Campbell,
everything.
man, that's
Like
my dog.
don't worry, like it's great and all, but like this is the NFL, you know.
Nah,
He collects a good underdog story. That's what I'm getting from all this.
I love underdog stories. I love it.
Yeah, I
Hey,
love the underdog story, but
yeah.
going back to last year and see what happened in that game, 44-6 the Eagles.
But listen, but
But
they
you
got
gotta
better
think
though.
the Lions did get better, right?
Yeah,
Eagles got better as well.
yeah. Of course they did. That's what I'm saying. Eagles are going to win.
But already dropping 44 points on a team that picked up a couple of draft picks, you know, it's a little different.
It's Sunday night when the game's finished and we see the score. You guys can come back to the video and say, "Yo, Chico is ahead of the curve." So just be aware. Be aware.
Eagles by a good margin.
Yeah, I'll probably go Eagles by maybe 2 touchdowns. I don't think the Lions are going to do much. I mean, I hear Chico, they had a good offseason. Everybody's back. Everybody's healthy. But the Eagles, they had a crazy offseason and they're looking to win the division. And I think they can't afford to drop games like this where they're playing, a team like the Lions. They'll be back they'll have a top 5 pick next year. They can't afford to lose to this team. So I think the Eagles win this one. Next one's going to be a bit interesting. We have the Patriots and the Dolphins.
This one, I talked about the Patriots and my dislike for them. And I think this is going to be the first year where Bill Belichick really feels the absence of Tom Brady for once. I have the Dolphins winning this about like a 28-17 type of affair. I think I'm not too a fan. I'm just not, but
You are, bro. It's good.
I'm
It's
not
good.
too a fan, but the
It's good,
Patriots
bro.
the Patriots didn't really make any offseason acquisitions like that. Their defense got worse. Offensively, they're horrific. Mac Jones, find that real estate agent, learn under him, get that license, because there's no way he's gonna keep up in this game with Tua. And I'm not even a Tua fan like that. So I think the Dolphins will win this by at least a touchdown or more.
Okay, I don't like the Mac Jones disrespect for starters. That's he's a nice
Mac-
up and coming young
Yeah,
guy.
I don't either. I don't
Mac
either. I don't know
Jones
where
gets-
he's coming
spitting.
from.
I be spitting.
Mac Jones get
I
that
don't
real
like
estate
that.
license,
No,
Nah, I
say
don't
them
like
game checks, bro. Say them
Listen,
game checks.
nah. If Mac Jones needs to get his real estate license, Tua might need to get a job at McDonald's. Like he cannot throw. He cannot throw down.
What about
He
Pickle?
cannot down.
What about Pickle? He needs a CDL.
No. Okay, come on. But I have the Patriots winning here. I just feel like Bill Belichick will remind people, hey, this is the team that I built. I can still, ride off into the sunset. It's going to be a bad year, but I just feel like it's going to be a statement game. Patriots come out, win against the retooled Dolphins with Tyreek Hill and Waddle, of course. So it'll be a close game, but I have it being about 20-17 game.
And they lost their corner, J.C. Jackson, so there's no way they have any chance of stopping that wide receiver tandem. That's tough
It'll
on them.
happen. Bill Belichick knows how to game plan for players. He knows how to game plan for players. That's all I have to say.
You guys want to hear? You guys want to hear a funny stat?
It's a funny stat.
Go on.
All right, I might be saying this wrong, but since Tua's been in the league, he's been undefeated against the Patriots.
How many
You guys know that, right?
You know how many times he's played them?
I think it was over 6.
Damn.
Or 5 or 6.
It is divisional game.
Yes,
so.
divisional game.
I
So-
mean,
I have seen the Dolphins beat them though. Like
Yeah,
pretty-
since Tua's been in the NFL, Patriots have not been able to beat the Miami Dolphins. So with history, with stats on the side, with Tyreek and Jalen Waddle, the top 10 defense, you're telling me Mac Jones this real estate agent is going to lead this offense to a win?
That offense is going to take a hit. That offense is going to take a hit.
Yeah.
No,
I wouldn't be
I trust in Damien.
They're gonna take a big hit, man. No,
I wouldn't be surprised if they only scored 14 points. I'll be honest.
That's a cap.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean that's a cap where like 14. I
wouldn't be
more than
surprised.
14.
Yeah.
No, you guys don't see the offense that the Patriots have. Stevenson and Damien Harris. That's a nice 2-1-2.
And then the rest of it is Phil Locker wide receivers. Their best wide receiver is Devontae Parker. They have
Hunter Henry. Don't forget Henry. John Smith.
Devontae who can't stay healthy for more than 2 quarters of the game.
Pieces. They have. You guys are making.
Who is it? Kendrick
team,
Bourne. Like, come on, man. Like, let's be serious.
I mean, going into this game, at the end of this game,
the pieces compared to the Dolphins.
Yeah, I know. Compared to the Dolphins, obviously, but it's they have the.
Honestly, even if you don't compare this to the Dolphins, like that's still one of the worst wide receiver cores.
It's unfair to it's unfair to compare them to the Dolphins, but
like
I just feel like
they're genuinely like just as bad as like our wide receiver core, and I think ours is better. That's saying a lot.
Listen,
that's ridiculous.
By the end of this Miami Dolphins versus Patriots game, right? Tua Tagovailoa will go for 300 plus and 3 tugs. I book it. Book it.
You might have lost me with that one.
No.
That's all you though. That's all you there.
303 tugs, bro.
That's all you
303 tugs.
I say 220, maybe 2 touchdowns.
And throwing that pick, throwing that pick for me.
No. Most accurate quarterback in the league is not throwing.
You're gonna get 1 pick for sure though.
No. He's not throwing the pick. He's not
I
throwing.
expect Chase Edmonds and Mostert to have a field day though. They're gonna be running.
I think this game is going to be a lot closer than what you guys have it. Bill Belichick. The one thing that I know he does consistently is he knows how to stop your best weapon. We've seen it year in and year out. Like it doesn't matter.
We've seen it, man. It's not something new, man.
Like you got to be like extremely good to go off on Bill Belichick. Like he's going to take away Tyreek. That's what I'm predicting. I don't think Tyreek's going to have a crazy day. But I think Waddle can, do some damage. This game will be close. I think they'll win by like less than a touchdown, maybe 4 or 3 points, maybe by a field goal.
Wait, who will win?
I think Miami's gonna win this game, but they'll probably win by like a field goal. That's something less than a touchdown for sure. So I'll go less than a field goal. Not less than a field goal. I'll go by a field goal. They'll win by 3. Next we have Ravens and Jets.
Okay, Lamar Jackson. He's gonna make his dark horse MVP case in this game. The Ravens are gonna win this in dominating fashion. I don't think this is gonna be a close game. I think the Ravens go back to what they're best at. They're gonna go back to that rushing attack and then the play action passes to the tight end Mark Andrews. Absolute dominating game. I think Lamar is gonna remind people if he plays. I mean, I've been hearing some rumors that Lamar Jackson might. He gave them an ultimatum, I think, that he needs to be paid, by Friday, I believe, or something of that sort. He's trying to get paid. But if he ends up playing, I think Lamar Jackson makes a case of why he should be paid. So the Ravens win this easily.
I mean, if he's showcasing against the Jets to get a contract, I mean, that's pretty wild.
I mean, you can only play who's in front of you, right?
I mean, you can play who's in front of you, but I mean, let's see the playoffs before that. But I have the Ravens definitely winning. The Jets are the Jets. No Zach Wilson. Of course, Joe Flacco, who's 45, is going to start. So this is going to be a steamroll of a game. I've been winning probably 31-7, maybe 10. So.
Yeah, man, I can't lie. I kind of need Lamar to play this week. I got him in fantasy. But yeah, I got Ravens winning this game only because Zach Wilson's not playing. No, I'm joking.
I mean, it wouldn't have made
I'm joking.
It might have made the game worse, but it's you. That's you. It might have made the game worse.
It might have.
No, but yeah, obviously Lamar Jack, one of the best quarterbacks in the game. So electrifying. But yeah, I have them winning this game comfortably. I got them winning by three plus touchdowns. But one thing I will say is whoever Sauce Gardner's guarding, for sure, having less than 50 yards for sure.
You think he's gonna stop Rashad Bateman?
You think
That's
Rashad Bateman's
food,
gonna
bro.
have a long day?
That's food right there, bro. Rashad Bateman, that's my guy. I can't lie. I love Rashad Bateman, but Sauce Rashad he's gonna lock him up.
Man,
Hey,
just got to worry about Mark Andrews instead of Rashad Bateman.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's the number one target on the team, man. So, but
You
yeah, I
get
got
it too, bro.
Hey, I got the Ravens winning comfortably as well. I feel like Lamar Jackson's gonna have a field day. Just missing Zach Wilson. We got Joe Flacco starting. I don't expect him to do much. Ravens defense is healthy. J.K. Dobbins is back. It's gonna be a long day for the Jets and a fun day for Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson said his deadline for his contract was what, Friday?
Yeah.
I think he gets paid before Friday, to be honest. But with or without a contract, I think they're going to win this game pretty comfortably. Lamar Jackson's looking to make a statement. They had a pretty good record before he got hurt, but he wasn't playing too well. I think he's looking to have a MVP type season. I have him as my dark horse right now. So, but I don't think the Jets with Zach Wilson or Joe Flacco at quarterback, they weren't going to put up a fight regardless. I think the Ravens win this one comfortably, maybe by like 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I know I mentioned the Saints and the Falcons being one of the worst games of the week, but this one takes the cake. Jaguars and Commanders.
Like, honestly, I feel bad for whoever watches that game. Like, I'll be honest. That's not a. I'll be completely honest. That's not a game I'm going to be watching. That's a game.
If it pops up on Red Zone, I got to change.
If it's on Red Zone, I'm just
I
gonna go to. I'm just gonna go to the bathroom if it's on Red Zone.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking a bathroom break.
I mean, you get a pass. You get a pass if you're a Jackson.
Not gonna lie, man. I'm
Commanders
watching for my boy Scary Terry, man. That's all I'll say, man.
Like even if I own them in fantasy, I don't know if I'd still watch it. That'd be a
Just
tough
check the
watch.
box score, huh?
Yeah, just check the box score. But I have the Commanders winning this game. Carson Wentz again. I'm not too high on him as a quarterback, but I think again, he's decent enough to keep the ship afloat. And I think the Commanders going to come out and at least try to win their first game. I think initially, I don't remember the strength of schedule, but it isn't anything too crazy. They have at least a chance. They're in their eyes. I think the Commanders are thinking of trying to sneak into a playoff spot. So this is a type of game that they'd have to win. And we saw what happened with Wentz last season against the Jaguars. So let's see if he can actually remind them that he's a decent quarterback. So I have the Commanders winning this. But don't be surprised. I'm saying that, but don't be surprised if Trevor Lawrence decides he wants to win this game. So there's that.
Yeah, man. This is gonna be an ugly game. I won't be watching personally. I definitely will not be watching. I will be enjoying my Sunday afternoon watching my Steelers. So, but yeah, I have the what do you call it? The Commanders winning. I definitely see this team, up and coming. McLaurin, he's gonna have a nice season with Wentz. I feel like it's an upgrade from what he's had in quarterback play in previous years. So he's had Heineke and I forgot the other third stringers in JUCO, the quarterbacks that he's had. So I just don't see that they lose to the Jaguars though. So I have them winning closely, probably 20-17 game.
Yeah, I can't lie. I feel like this is gonna be a nasty game.
Yeah,
very low scoring.
So
game.
ugly, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be not if you're a Jags fan or if you're a Commanders fan, obviously you can watch the game because you support these teams. But if you're anybody else watching the game of football, have some shame. I can't lie, but I have the Commanders winning by 13-10. I just feel like the Jags aren't ready yet to win these type of games just yet. I feel like Trevor Lawrence is still developing, the offense still meshing, stuff like that, chemistry and stuff like that. So I got the Commanders winning this game, but not comfortably. Just a nasty, rugged game.
What's so tough about beating the Commanders, though?
What's so tough?
Yeah, what's so tough?
You see their defensive line?
But it's Carson Wentz, though. What's so tough about beating Carson Wentz?
They're missing Chase Young.
Yeah, they are missing Chase Young, but their defense.
You got
still
Darren
good,
Allen, Montez Sweat. Who else? Jonathan Allen. They got other pieces on deal. Their defense is pretty solid. I don't know what you guys mean. Yeah.
But, hey, like the same situation with Wentz on the Colts losing to the Jaguars last year. Top 3 line, fantastic defense, and he couldn't get it done. What's the difference?
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor last year, and he still lost.
What's the difference on the Commanders?
What's the difference?
What's the difference?
I can't. It's gonna be that's why I said it's gonna be a nasty game, but they're gonna pull it off by 3. A field goal. It's just a field goal.
I don't think so. But
what do you think? You think Jags gonna win this?
I got the Jaguars winning.
Explain your reasoning.
Etienne back, new coach, new offensive schemes. They got picked up Christian Kirk in the offseason. They drafted a couple guys on the defensive end that's going to help them. And just the other reason is Carson Wentz. We've seen Carson Wentz fold against him once with the top 3 line, with Jonathan Taylor in his backfield. What are the Redskins going to do? Missing Chase Young, although they still have pieces on that defense.
They still they have a replacement for Chase Young.
Defensive front line. I just think the Jaguars have the number though. Carson Wentz, I don't see him.
The thing is, I don't see it yet just because the Jaguars' first new head coach and Doug Peterson is going to be an adjustment for Trevor Lawrence and everything. Not saying that he can't pull this out. Trevor Lawrence is incredibly talented, but I just think the Commanders are probably going to end up winning this game. So the fact that Carson Wentz, there's no excuse for him to lose a Week 1 game against the Jaguars. I just can't see that happening.
He lost a crucial game last year.
I mean, yeah, that's a key word. That's a key word, crucial.
All games are crucial though, even if you lose
a week 1 game versus the last week of the game to get into the playoffs. And we know Carson Wentz in that situation. Yeah.
I don't know. Carson Wentz, man. Good luck.
No, don't get me wrong. I'm not defending the guy.
I'm not defending him.
That's not my guy.
I feel like you're trusting him though.
It's Week 1 against the Jags, man. Like,
come on, man. You're making it sound like it's real tough to beat the Commanders and Carson.
I don't think the Commanders are.
It is not tough at all.
I really don't believe that.
No. All right, it's not tough to beat once, but it's very tough to beat that Commanders defense, I'd say.
Yeah, that defense is good. They're gonna put pressure on Trevor Lawrence.
That's fair to say. I think the Jaguars are gonna pull this game out though, just because all the reasons Bigesh mentioned. You know, I trust Trevor Lawrence more than I trust Carson Wentz. It doesn't matter who Carson Wentz has. You know, he had Jonathan Taylor last year and he couldn't make the playoffs. You know, so
top 2 O-line too. Don't forget, man. One of the best O-lines in the league.
I like Doug Peterson as a head coach, but I think the Jaguars are going to put it all together for his very first game. It's a pretty easy game in my opinion. They're playing one of the worst teams in the league, the Commanders. They're going to be down there with everybody else. But I do think it's going to be close. They'll probably win by a touchdown. I'm going to go 24 8 17, yeah. 24-17. Couldn't do math there. The next game we have, I like this one. Browns and Panthers.
You know, this is kind of an interesting one. I actually have the Panthers winning this one. Well, I have it as being like a 21-17 game. And to me, the reason being is the question at quarterback for the Browns. It's kind of funny because the Panthers are starting Baker Mayfield. But again, I think Baker Mayfield, there is times where he has been decent enough as a quarterback to get you wins in the regular season. Nothing great. I think he's just a middle of a pack type of quarterback. That might even be generous, but again, questions at quarterback for the Browns. I don't know how their offense is going to look. Again, they're going to run heavy, but the Panthers getting CMC back is just a huge upgrade. Having CMC and DJ Moore to me is going to make the offense at least good enough to be able to beat this Browns defense. So I have the Panthers winning this.
Yeah, as bad as Baker Mayfield maybe, he has a chip on his shoulder this game. He came out and said he has, I forgot what he said. He came out and said that he was, ready for this, that he's going to make him regret, trading him or something of the sort. So I have them winning as well. I have the Panthers winning, CMC coming back, DJ Moore. I mean, they have options with Robbie Anderson. I just feel like they'll take the top off this team. The quarterback play, of course, with the Browns is going to be pretty bad first 11 games with Jacoby Brissett. We're just gonna have to rely on that defense to make plays, and I don't think that's a good plan. I don't think that's a good plan. You got it in the NFL now. You got to score points. So I just have them winning 24 to probably 17. It'll be close.
Yeah, I also have the Panthers winning this game as well. I had this game being a really close game as well because obviously Browns defense is very, very scary, very legit. With Baker Mayfield, I'm not his biggest hater. I'm not his biggest fan. I'm just like right in between. You guys always argue about him for some reason. But yeah, having guys like CMC back fully healthy, 100% for the first time in I don't know how long this in the off season. Having him fully healthy, coming back, screenplays, end arounds, running the ball, rushing the ball. He does it all. So really, and also the Panthers defense is also a very young and exciting defense to watch as well. I just feel like Jacoby Brissett won't have an answer. I feel like this would be like a Nick Chubb type game and Kareem Hunt. So I have the Panthers just taking the edge 14-17, winning by a field goal as well.
Yeah, I got the Panthers winning by 3 points as well. I feel like Baker's going to struggle against that Browns defense. They got a fantastic defense. They picked up Jadeveon Clowney this offseason. Both the cornerbacks are healthy, and they still got Myles Garrett. So I feel like Baker he's going to struggle a lot during the game. But you got CMC, you got DJ Moore. You know, DJ Moore can get a couple looks, break out, get a couple catches. Yeah, but Brown's offense is going to be straight Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt. I don't see Brissett doing much on that offensive side.
I really wanted you guys to pick the Browns so I can sneak away with this easy win. I got the Panthers winning pretty comfortably. This is a Baker Mayfield revenge game. There's nobody in the league that knows the Browns better than him. The slander, I believe, is pretty forced. He's not the best. He's not the worst. He's just right there in the middle, and he's going to have a pretty good game. I'm probably going to go ahead and say maybe 300 yards, 2 touchdowns. But with or without CMC, they're winning this game, and they're winning it because of Baker. If they had Sam Darnold, without CMC, they're losing.
Absolutely not. Like, let's pump the brakes there. Nobody's ever gonna say a Baker Mayfield revenge game. Like, seriously, like, come on. CMC's the difference maker in this case. If CMC is not there, they lose this game. I'm a bit surprised we all picked the Panthers. I can't lie. I thought we'd be pretty split, or at least most of us picking the Browns. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Browns win. But it's not gonna be on the case of Baker Mayfield. It's gonna be on the case of CMC being back. That's why they're gonna end up winning.
I don't know about that. Maybe in later on, the next week 2, but I think this game comes down to Baker Mayfield. It doesn't matter if CMC's
Baker Mayfield, the revenge game is crazy.
Yeah, he knows the Browns. He's gonna remind them why he went number 1 overall a couple years ago. But I have the Panthers winning this one. I like Jacoby Brissett though. I wish they had Deshaun Watson playing, but with Deshaun Watson playing is a different game. They probably wouldn't run away with this one. But with Jacoby Brissett, just a few question marks there. We just don't know how the offense is going to look. They might stack the box, try to stop the run, try to make him throw the ball, force some turnovers. That Panthers defense is pretty good, like Chico mentioned a few episodes ago. So with Jacoby Brissett, I think he'll do pretty decent, nothing too crazy, but the Panthers will come away with this one because Baker Mayfield's he's gonna do everything he can for them to win. Like, this revenge game is gonna go crazy. I'm telling you guys right now.
That's ridiculous. A Baker Mayfield revenge game. Absolutely not. I wouldn't even be surprised if anything if the Browns just dominate them in the run, to be honest. Like, I think that's the game plan for them coming to this game, obviously with no quarterback. They're just looking to give Nick Chubb the ball and give Kareem Hunt the ball and just dominate the ground game, and then obviously their defense. So I'm not gonna see a Baker Mayfield revenge game. I'm gonna see a CMC statement game. He's gonna remind people I'm healthy, I'm back, I'm here.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, Baker Mayfield, he might actually have a decent year now. I mean, with the offensive minded team, I forgot the new coach that they hired. He's very offensive minded. I felt like in Cleveland they were just run heavy, didn't play conservative, of course, because the guy's not one of the best quarterbacks, or no knock on him, but he's not one of the best quarterbacks. So, but he's gonna have a good year, I feel like.
I think so too, man. This slander is forced like crazy. Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like he's not the best, but he's not the worst. That's all it is.
All I'm gonna say is Brown fans do not miss that guy. So,
I mean, they got Deshaun Watson. Like, you're not gonna miss Baker Mayfield.
Yeah,
you got Deshaun Watson just waiting.
I mean, you can go for like the first 15 quarterbacks. You're not gonna miss Baker Mayfield. So,
I mean, if they had Jacoby Brissett as a full-time starter with no Deshaun Watson, they're missing Baker Mayfield.
First 20.
Yeah, maybe first 20.
They're missing Baker Mayfield if they don't have Deshaun Watson on that roster. I'll tell you that right now.
What are you gonna see, man?
Let's go ahead and move on to the next game: Colts versus Texans.
AFC South games, man. I don't watch them frequently enough like that because I just hate that division. Just terrible. But I have the Colts winning this pretty comfortably. The Texans are not particularly loaded in talent. They had a great draft, in my opinion. But again, the Colts got to upgrade at quarterback with Matt Ryan. The offensive line, we know it. They're going to establish the run with Jonathan Taylor. He always runs over the Texans in these games. So I think the Colts are going to win this pretty comfortably, maybe by 2 touchdowns. So yeah, I have the Colts winning. Bilas, what do you think?
I have the Colts winning as well. So I feel like that team is pretty dominant on both sides of the field now. Before it was, just the defense, but getting Matt Ryan is definitely a big key. So I have them winning comfortably as well. So
yeah, I have them winning comfortably myself. And it's not gonna be
Chico, your mic's muted, Chico.
He's talking.
You guys hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Go on.
Okay. Bilas, can you hear me?
You're good, Chico.
Okay. Yeah. So I have the Colts winning this game, and it's not gonna be because of Matt Ryan. It's gonna be because of Jonathan Taylor. Like I said, I think last episode, he's gonna prove to the world why he's the number one running back. I feel like, and obviously their defense was already one of the best defenses in the game. Now they loaded up with new pieces. And I just feel like the Texans won't even come close to them this game. So I have the Colts winning by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, good luck to the Texans, man. Good luck, very good luck. It's gonna be a tough week for them. Tough week. I think they lost both games to the Colts last year, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yep.
Taylor's gonna have a field day. Matt Ryan coming in. Pittman bound to break off another year this year. And the defensive side is Gilmore's healthy. Leonard's as a defender. Their middle linebacker, one of the best middle linebackers in the league. So good luck to the Texans, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, not too much to say about this one. Got the Colts winning pretty comfortably. I'm looking forward to seeing Damian Pierce, though. You know how he turns out. They have him as RB1 now. So, but it's going to be tough trying to run over that Colts defense with all the acquisitions that they made.
They cut
signing
Marlon Mack,
Gilmore.
right?
Yeah, they cut Marlon Mack.
And then, so damn.
I just want to see how Damian Pierce plays.
Yeah, lots of hype right now.
Yeah, so I want to see how he plays. But
there's a lot of hype around him. But the Colts are just going to run away with this one. Matt Ryan, Michael Pittman's going to have a good day. I think Alec Pierce might get in the mix as well. But Colts winning this one pretty comfortably. Next game we have Giants versus Titans.
Disgusting.
I can't lie. I think the Titans win this by like a touchdown or so. Like you get back Derrick Henry. I'm just excited to see this running back duel. To see Saquon and Derrick Henry back is amazing, both elite running backs, but I think the Titans still have a good enough defense and their running game is still great enough for them to be able to comfortably get away with this. Daniel Jones, again, we're going to have to see how he looks with this new head coach, new offense. He got his pieces back. They upgraded the offensive line. We're going to have to see how he performs, but I have the Titans winning this just because the defense is still there. Mike Vrabel is a good defensive head coach, and then also the running game. Derrick Henry, again, I don't think the Giants defense is good enough to stop that run.
I actually have the Giants winning here. I feel like as bad as Daniel Jones is, I feel like Saquon's going to have a field day. I feel like he's going to have one of those games where he had in his early years where he was popping off for 150, 2 touchdowns, I just have him keeping up. It's going to be a close game, but I just feel like Tannehill, he's regressed really bad. It's not even that the fact that they lost A.J. Brown. It's just the regression. So
you trust Ryan Tannehill over Daniel Jones this upcoming week?
Or the other way around?
No, I trust Daniel Jones other way around. I trust Daniel Jones over Ryan Tannehill. It's as crazy as it sounds. I just feel like Daniel Jones is he's gonna just have one of those weird games where he just just rushes for a touchdown or 2 and just have those conservative 225 and they squeak out a game. So
that's crazy. I find that to be crazy.
I'm a Saquon believer, man. I'm not even a Daniel Jones believer. I'm a Saquon believer.
Yeah, I can't lie. Hey, Ryan Tannehill on one side and Daniel Jones on the other side. Like
that might be bad to watch.
I feel bad for Abdi because he's gonna have to watch.
Yeah, you're gonna have to watch.
I'm gonna have to watch for Saquon, man. I swear to God, if he gets hurt week 1, bro, I'm not playing fantasy again. I'm done.
Shout out Devontae, man. Shout out Devontae. I needed him.
Yeah, man.
No, but this is a tough one. Like I said, this could be a nasty game, another nasty game, I promise you. But if I had to pick, like put money on the table and bet on one team, I'm gonna have to bet with the Giants. I feel like they upgrade on their offensive line, which was very crucial this draft. It was Ryan Neal they picked up. They already had what did they have already? They had another sophomore offensive tackle they had the year before, but the offensive line has gotten better. Saquon's fully healthy. I feel like their defense is solid enough to stop this Titans offense, in my opinion. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like this game's gonna come down to Saquon and how he performs. I feel like he goes into week 1 and says, my name is Saquon. You guys remember me from my rookie season. Here's what I got to prove. Or here's what I got to offer. And I think that Saquon takes the title on this game. I don't know.
I got the game. I got the game coming down to being very extremely close, but I do have the Titans coming out winning the game. Due by the fact that defense is still together, which carried them last year, that made them have that 12-5 record while Derrick Henry was hurt. So you get Henry back, you do lose A.J. Brown, but you do replace him with Robert Woods. But like they edge it out. Can't trust Daniel Jones yet. Although they got Saquon back, Sterling Shepard healthy. And just the new O-line defense is still solid, but I don't think Daniel Jones is going to take it over the top. Derrick Henry all the way, baby. Let's get it.
This game's going to come down to who got the better quarterback. I know Ryan Tannehill is nothing special, but compared to Daniel Jones, come on now. I think the Titans are going to win this one pretty comfortably. I had the Chargers defense in fantasy, but then I realized they're playing the Raiders this week, so I dropped them, and I picked up the Titans defense just because they're playing the Giants. I know Daniel Jones is going to fumble, and he's going to throw a couple picks. So, and with Derrick Henry coming back, that defense is going to give Daniel Jones hell. I know I want Saquon to have a good game. I like Saquon. I hope he has a bounce back season. I hope he's able to stay healthy, but he's just not going to be able to do enough for the Giants to win because it's going to come down to who got the better quarterback, and the quarterback play is very important. And Daniel Jones is not it, so I hope they move on from him this off season. So Titans for me. Next, we have America's game of the week, in my opinion. Green Bay Packers versus the Minnesota Vikings.
I have the Packers are winning this week 1. Aaron Rodgers comes out, he makes a statement that I own you. Just like he said to the Bears, I own you. He's going to tell the Vikings, I own you as well. I have the Packers winning this. I think it's going to be a fairly close affair, like maybe by like a field goal type of game. I have them about like 31-27 type of game. I think it's going to be close, but ultimately I think Aaron Rodgers comes out and makes a statement about him being the best quarterback, or at least a top 2 quarterback. I have to be respectable to the GOAT, but he's going to come out and make a statement about who he is, and he's going to remind people that this is still his division. So I have the Packers winning this by at least a 3 or 4 point game.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think y'all hit it right on the head. This is American game of the week. I don't care about the Rams and stuff. I just feel like this game is 2 offenses just going at it. It's just gonna be an offensive shootout. However, I just have Aaron Rodgers getting the better of Kirk Cousins, just simply put. And Jair Alexander matching up against Justin Jefferson is gonna be interesting to watch. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, that is a matchup. I completely forgot about that matchup.
I can't wait for Justin Jefferson to get clamped and for people to see that he is not who he says he is. I cannot wait. Simply put, I just have the Packers winning. It'll be a close game though. It'll be 27 to like 24, probably a field goal or a touchdown. Nothing more.
Yeah, this game's gonna be very, very exciting to watch. Obviously, we have a Green Bay Packers fan here, we have a Vikings fan here. It's gonna be a very emotional day for both of you guys. But back to the topic in hand. I feel like this game's gonna be like you said, a shootout. But here's what I'm thinking. I feel like this is what's gonna happen. I feel like down in the fourth quarter, Aaron Rodgers marches down the field, takes the lead with the Packers, right? And there's like 2 minutes left, maybe 2:50 something. Kirk Cousins gets the ball, marches down the field, and scores a game-winning touchdown. I got the Vikings winning by touchdown, in my opinion. I just feel like there's a new sheriff in town, and it's Kirk Cousins and the boys. And obviously, you see JJ was a top 5 receiver. I don't know. I don't think he's gonna get clamped. How like Bielsa is saying he's gonna get clamped. I feel like JJ's gonna have a wonderful game, probably like a tug, maybe even 2. But I got the Vikings winning this game.
I don't know about that new sheriff in town, Chico. You can't be disrespecting Rodgers like that.
Yeah, there can't be no sheriff in town.
Discount double check. There can't be another sheriff in town. It cannot.
Man, there can't be 2 sheriffs, man. There's only one.
Nah, man. One got fired, man.
Nah. One just won the MVP. Come on, you can't say he got fired. But for me, I got the Packers coming out winning by a touchdown. I feel like it's the same, man. I don't think they lose any mojo from last year. The offense doesn't lose that much. You got Jair coming back, so I'm excited to see that Jair versus JJ matchup. A couple people in here don't like JJ much, but I feel like he's gonna have a nice day. But Aaron Rodgers over Kirk Cousins any day of the week for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like JJ, man, but I'll support my boy Michigan State, man. I love Kirk Cousins, man. I love Kirk Cousins. I'll tell you that. Yeah, he'll have a great year if he actually plays the part.
And to talk about AJ Dillon and Aaron Jones in the backfield, it's gonna be a 2-punch right there. That's tough. So they're gonna have to deal with both of them. And we know what Aaron Jones can do when he's healthy and he's getting his touches. We see him.
Oh man, that's Swiss Army knife. Swiss Army.
Yeah. So we excited.
I hear you, Abdi. I hear you when you say this. It's going to be an Aaron Rodgers statement game, but it's not going to happen. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I think the Vikings are going to win this one by at least 10 points. Our offense is going to dominate against your defense, And Jair Alexander, I mean, somebody better tell him to lace up his cleats pretty well because he's going up against one of the best receivers in the league.
You're going up against a top 2 cornerback, so like it ain't no cakewalk for JJ.
It's gonna be a mismatch on Sunday. He's not gonna be able to hold him. We also have there's gonna be troubles guarding Adam Thielen and then Dalvin Cook as well. I think Kirkland's gonna have a hell of a day. Is getting out of that toxic environment with Zimmer. He's excited to have a coach in Kevin O'Connell. And I think this offense is going to be completely different. The Packers aren't going to know what hit him. And Aaron Rodgers, it's going to take some time for him to adjust with this, this new receiving core. He's familiar with Lazard, but everybody else is pretty much new. And I know the Vikings defense, they'll struggle a little bit because Aaron Rodgers, he's always going to bring his best against us. But the Packers are just going to be a bit confused, in my opinion. I think the Vikings, they're going to attack on that, and they're going to pull away with this one. So I'll probably say maybe like 30-20. Vikings.
Absolutely not. Don't even be surprised if the Packers defense plays well. Do not be surprised about that. I warned you guys about this.
If you want to play defense, we could play defense. But if you want a shootout, we can give you a shootout.
Yeah, we can give you that as well. Like my thing is, what's gonna separate this game is gonna be the fact that we have Aaron Rodgers and you have Kirk Cousins. And I like Kirk Cousins, but this is Aaron Rodgers that we're talking about. This is the 2-time MVP from the last 2 years. So that's gonna be the difference maker.
No, I don't think so.
He's the type of player that can work with anybody. He's the type of player.
He doesn't have Devontae. Devontae goes every time.
We always bring up Rodgers doesn't have Devontae this year. It's every year that they switch to a new receiver, somebody else steps up. Devontae wasn't the man when Jordy Nelson was here. When Jordy Nelson dipped, Devontae's stats went to where? To the sky. He was playing as a 2 the whole time.
Are you telling me I should be scared of Romeo Dubs now?
I'm not.
You should be worried about Alan Lazard, and you should be worried about Alan Lazard. No, forget those. So you should be worried about Aaron Rodgers. That's what we should be worried about.
Rodgers is going to be Aaron Rodgers, but at the end of the day,
that's who you should be afraid of.
This is a division game. We're always going to bring it against him.
Aaron Rodgers, I feel like he's.
You put me a wide receiver, Aaron Rodgers is gonna give me the ball. That's all that matters.
Aaron Rodgers.
No, you better pump the brakes on that one.
Aaron Rodgers is gonna give me the ball.
Man, he's Undertaker, man. Good old inevitable, man. Good old inevitable.
You guys still have Eric Stokes, right?
Yeah, we do. That's our cornerback too now. And we have Russell Douglas.
Okay. That's better than the Russell Douglas though.
They're not gonna.
Russell Douglas is also a solid cornerback 3. So we have. Jair Alexander.
I'm not changing my take, but yeah, Eric Stokes is
Jair Alexander, Eric Stokes, and Russell Douglas, man.
It's gonna be a long day for Jair, man. I'm looking forward to that matchup. I'm looking forward to.
I don't think JJ's ready for this Jair return.
Hey, he's not ready. He's not ready, man. Jair's not ready, man. JJ's not ready, man.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see. We'll go ahead and move on to a game I think has some potential. Chiefs and Cardinals.
I have the Chiefs winning this, almost like a 28-17, simply because of the fact that I don't know how to evaluate the Cardinals as a team. They didn't make huge offseason acquisitions. Obviously, they got Marquise Brown, but they don't have DeAndre Hopkins for 6 games. Their defense got worse. Overall, they lost Chase Edmonds. They have James Conner, but to me, again, a lot of what his production was last year was on touchdowns and getting into the end zone. And so now what does that look like for this offense? Again, questions about Kyler Murray as him as a leader. I just feel like this offense still doesn't have that. Usually we've seen the Cardinals previously in the last 2 years always go off to that hot start, but I just don't see it this time. And again, you're going up against Patrick Mahomes, and Patrick Mahomes is who he is. So I just don't see a way that the Cardinals pull out this game. I think the Chiefs win this pretty comfortable.
Yeah, no, I definitely have the Chiefs winning as well. I just not having DeAndre Hopkins is a big loss to me. Their second wide receiver, best wide receiver is now Marquise Brown. We know they have to deal with him. He led the league in drops, so it's gonna be a long day for Kyler Murray. He's gonna just be running around usual that he does. The bad little kid he is. So I just have Patrick Mahomes coming out, showing out, and probably a 400, 500-yard game. Wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I mean, it's even with
that's a lot of yards, man. That's a lot.
Even with no Tyreek, man. I just feel like Kelsey, Valdez-Scantling, Juju. Juju's my boy, man. He was suffering the last 2 years, man, with Big Ben and stuff. So it's gonna be good to see what he can do with Patrick Mahomes in the slot. Move him around, see what he can do on the outside. So I have them winning comfortably as well. So I have them winning probably 28-17.
Yeah, so I also have the Chiefs winning this game, and I mean, the Cardinals could have D-Hop today. Having played from week 1, I don't see the Cardinals beating the best quarterback in the NFL at all. I feel like this game's gonna be a comfortable blowout for the Chiefs. I see that Patrick Mahomes, opens up the year with a banger, 3 tugs over 300. And as for Kyler Murray, I still don't believe in that guy.
When's the new COD dropping? He's probably he's probably waiting. He's probably waiting.
The next month.
He's probably waiting.
He's probably waiting, huh? No, man, like this guy, like, I don't believe in this guy whatsoever. I mean, at one point they put a clause in his contract where he had to like study like for a certain amount of hours a week because they didn't believe in his work ethic. So but back to the game, I feel like Chiefs win this game comfortably. And it's because of Patrick Mahomes by himself. It doesn't matter who else they have on the offense. It's just because of Patrick Mahomes, the best football player in the league, is gonna lead this team to a win, and it's a blowout.
Yeah, I got the Chiefs winning comfortably. I think it's going to be a blowout due to the additions that the Cardinals lost this year. They lost D-Hop for 6 games. Chandler Jones is gone. Chandler Jones was a big piece on the defensive end. So Chiefs, Mahomes, Kelsey's still there. So I see them cooking up on the offensive side. And they shouldn't worry on defense either.
They still got speedsters too.
Yeah.
It's not like the Cardinals have a great secondary, right? They have just Buda Baker. Who else?
Yeah. And I think Buda Baker, that's about it. Their cornerback play isn't really the best, so they'll take the top off on them for sure. They'll have those speedsters going down. And that's why I said Patrick Mahomes probably might have a 400-500 yard game.
I think they have a dude from UW. I forgot his name though.
Yeah,
They have this one guy named Simmons, right? Am I tripping?
Yeah.
Simmons.
Yeah, he's pretty
Simmons,
good.
that linebacker.
Yeah, he's
he's
good.
pretty solid. But
Yeah.
in terms of cornerback play, I mean, that was what was killing them. They just could not keep up with team's number 1 wide receiver. So, yeah, it was bad. So,
Yeah, this one's pretty simple for me. I have the Chiefs winning this one. I think it's probably going to be like a blowout in my opinion. With D-Hop, without D-Hop, just comes down to who's got the better quarterback in this situation. Mahomes is he's looking to have a statement game. Without Tyreek Hill, everybody's having question marks on like what the offense will look like without Hill. And I think Mahomes is going to silence all the haters with this game. He's going to make everybody around him look good. Juju Smith-Schuster, MVS, and of course Travis Kelce's going to have a hell of a game as he's the best tight end in the NFL, so it's going to be hard to guard him. So the Chiefs probably win this one by double digits. The next game we have Raiders versus Chargers. This one's pretty good.
This game is crazy, but the news about JC Jackson, he's out, right, for this game.
He's out.
This changes a lot, in my opinion. Well, actually, to be fair, like nobody's stopping Devontae Adams. Let's be realistic here. But the thing is, I have this being a shootout. I have the Chargers winning this like 41-34. I think this is going to be a shootout, simply because of the fact that, again, the Raiders have a monster offense. I get the fact that the Chargers upgraded on defense, but having JC Jackson out is huge. You're leaving your cornerback 2 on who is it going to be? Asante Samuel and Devontae Adams. I just don't see him stopping him. So again, I think what will be the difference maker is the edge rushers for the Chargers, Khalil Mack, and Joey Bosa. I think that'll end up being the difference makers in this game. And the Raiders secondary, I mentioned it before, it's not that great, but this team can go out and shoot outs, and I wouldn't be surprised if they win this game. But I have Justin Herbert as the MVP. And again, I think he comes out with a banger, 41-34 type of game. So yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Maybe I copied your notes or something, but I have Herbert as MVP as well. So I feel like he's going to come out, he was all reliable. He has a lot of toys. Eckler, Mike Williams, Keenan Allen. So he came into a system that was perfect for a young quarterback to have that many weapons. And I just have them winning this game. It won't be comfortable, but I feel like it's going to be a bit of a, they'll ease out of it towards the third quarter and win probably 31-24.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we all know it's going to be a massive shootout. But at the end of the day, I feel like the Raiders lose this game because of their defense. I feel like they won't make an impact. I'd say. I feel like Herbert will have like a clean game. Obviously, the toys he has to play with is one of the best in the league. And looking at Vegas' offense, it's obvious they can get first downs over and over and over if they wanted. Devontae one and Hunter in from under Darren Waller. I don't know if he's healthy. Is he gonna play week 1?
I don't know. I think he's questionable.
But yeah, but Derek Carr definitely has toys to make things happen as well. But I just feel like the Raiders defense isn't able to get those crucial stops at the end. And I feel like the Chargers run away with this, even though they're losing, they're missing some pieces on defense as well. So got the Chargers winning this game.
Yeah, I got the Chargers winning about 10 points. That Raiders online, I still haven't seen them upgrade yet. They still had troubles. They always have troubles against the Chargers online. Chargers D line, I mean. He always cooks them. So now you add Khalil Mack to the fact Darren James is there. Although they are missing J.C. Jackson, I don't think that's going to be a big loss for them for this week. But yeah, Herbert, Mike Will, Keenan Allen, Austin Eckler. They should have some fun on offense.
You know what's crazy? The Raiders 2021 first round pick, their offensive tackle.
I think they cut him, right?
They cut him like a year later.
They cut him.
Leatherwood?
Yeah, they
Like,
cut him.
later. It's so bad. Their trench is so bad, bro.
Yeah.
It's bad.
I really want to pick the Chargers in this one, but I'm going to be different. I'm not going to be mad if I drop this one against you guys, but I'm going to go Raiders. They'll win in a shootout because of I like their offense. With adding Devontae, Hunter Renfrow, Darren Waller, that's 3 heavy hitters right there, and then Josh Jacobs in the backfield. Their O-line has question marks. Their defense has question marks, but losing J.C. Jackson to injury, I know Khalil Mack's going to have an impact on the game. I know Bosa is going to have an impact on the game. Derwin James, I hear all that, but whoever has to guard Devontae, it's going to be a long day for them. And him and Derek Carr, I know they have a pretty good connection, even though they haven't played a game yet. It's not going to be similar to what the connection he had with Rodgers, because that was once in a lifetime connection. You don't build that overnight. But I feel like the Raiders can somehow pull away. Their head coach he's gonna game plan for the Chargers division game. I think the Raiders pull this one out. I want to say 27-30. I want to say 27-30 Raiders.
I mean, yeah, like when you leave Devontae, I guess your cornerback too, and you don't have J.C. Jackson out there. Regardless, even if all due respect to J.C. Jackson, even if he was out there, I mean, it's Devontae Adams. You're not going to stop him, and it's just the fact that you leave Devontae Adams with your cornerback too, and the amount of attention that he brings, and then Hunter Renfrow, like Chico said, they're first down animals. Like those are the type of guys, the technicians are on the line. You're going to get third downs with those guys, and then Darren Waller is always a threat. Amazing tight end. So. Like if the Raiders are able to pull this out, I would not be surprised. And they have Josh McDaniels as their head coach. So, and I did tell y'all that I changed my pick. I have him as my dark horse, my honorable mention for Coach of the Year. So, it is what it is.
The next game we have is Sunday Night Football: Buccaneers versus Cowboys.
This is not going to be a repeat of last year. Last year, I think it was a pretty close affair, right? When these guys, it was on a Thursday when these guys played. But I don't think it's going to be like a repeat. Again, my favorite word, regression. The Cowboys defense is not going to stop that Bucs offense. Tom Brady's going to come out again, his little fake retirement, whatever. He's going to come out and he's going to make a statement. It's going to be like a 31-20 type of affair. The Cowboys defense is going to stand no chance against Tom Brady. Their offense got worse. It's just CeeDee Lamb out there. We know the Bucs rushing game. I think they're going to neutralize Zeke. So that's how I see this game.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be the same repeat of last year as well. I just feel like Tom Brady is going to come out as decimated as he is. He's going to come out. There's a reason a guy comes back, for his 24th season. He has something to prove. And I just have the Bucs coming out winning here outright. I'd say probably close game, probably 24-17. But it's not going to be as 40. I think that last game was like they were just going back and forth. CeeDee was going crazy. He had like 2 touchdowns, about 20 or something. So I think the Bucs just win here.
Dak had a hell of a game last year. First game back coming off that broken ankle. I think that was a pretty intense game.
It was Dak showed off last year, but this year I don't know, man. I'm not too fond. If you guys listen to the previous episodes, you guys aren't gonna love it, Cowboys Nation.
Yeah, he's not a big Dak fan.
I'm not a big Dak fan. Yeah.
Nah, but for me on my end, I got the Bucs winning. Obviously, I think it should be a clean sweep. But I do think it's going to be a close game to a certain point in the game. I feel like maybe late in the third, beginning of the fourth, I feel like that's when the Buccaneers take that edge, take that that next step. I honestly think that Zeke will have like no impact in this game whatsoever.
I agree, but it's gonna be that Bucs rushing defense is just crazy,
it's insane,
man.
It's insane.
I would hate it.
It's gonna be a long day for him. I'm not gonna lie, but I do think that CeeDee Lamb will get his targets and obviously get his receptions, and I feel like maybe 2 tugs, hopefully, cross my fingers.
Come Come on,
But
man.
yeah, fantasy
Always
prop.
sneaky fantasy prop.
I was selling fantasy prop, man.
Hey,
Come
I
on.
got to, man. I got to. But yeah, but like I feel like this is gonna be a game where Bucks win maybe 31-21, and this is all gonna come down to the receivers that Tom Brady has. He has weapons galore. If Mike Evans not open, Chris Godwin's healthy. He's here. If Chris Godwin's not open, Julio Jones is right there. You know they got weapons.
Is Chris Godwin playing? Is Chris Godwin playing?
Yeah,
Week
he's
one?
playing. Yeah,
He's playing.
Yeah, yeah.
He's trending in the right direction.
Yeah.
And they have Julio Jones, and
Julio
obviously
Jones,
like
yeah.
Julio
Russell
Jones is
Gage.
not. Yeah.
And then if anything,
I
Leonard Fournette's right there.
Oh yeah, Leonard Fournette.
This
out the
guy,
backfield.
yeah, it's gonna come down to the weapons he has. So I feel like the Buccaneers win this one, and it should be a clean sweep.
Yeah, I got Tampa Bay winning, but I feel like it's going to be much more of a close game due to Tampa's missing a couple of their offensive linemen. So I feel like Michael Parsons and that D line might cause some havoc early in the game, set the tone for Dallas. But I got Tampa winning by like maybe a touchdown, maybe a field goal. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see Tom Brady coming back with some problems. Although they do have a healthy offense now, they got Uncle Lenny. We're gonna see Chris Godwin. We're gonna see Mike Evans, Russell Gage, and Julio. But if the offensive line can't hold up against that Dallas front seven, it's gonna be tough.
For me, with or without Godwin, I think not the Cowboys. I think the Buccaneers win this one pretty comfortably. The Cowboys without Michael Gallup, they lost Amari Cooper. They don't really scare me like that when it comes to playing a guy like Tom Brady. I know last year's game was close. I hear that they clamped Zeke, but Dak had a hell of a game. But at the end of the day, Tom Brady's going to come in to AT&T Stadium and he's just going to put on the show. Sunday Night Football, prime time, when the lights are the brightest, he delivers as always. So I think they're going to win by double digits. I think he's going on a nice little retirement tour. He's trying to kill the whole league before he rides off into the sunset, but we'll get to that in a little bit. But the Buccaneers win this game for sure, in my opinion. And now we move on to the last game of week 1. We have the Broncos going against the Seattle Seahawks.
I feel like for like Chico and like Big Ish is like attending your ex's wedding, but it's crazy. Yeah, it's like attending your ex's wedding. But
only reason I'm watching that game Monday night because I got Javonte Williams.
yeah.
You're watching because you're a Seattle fan. Be real now.
Hey, you seen that Neymar meme when he
yeah, it's like that. It's like attending your ex's wedding. But I think the Broncos win this comfortably. I don't think any of us are going to disagree here, regardless if you're a Seattle fan or not. That defense, I feel bad for Geno Smith to go up against that Broncos defense. The offensive weapons that they have, Judy, Sutton, Javonte Williams, and then Russell Wilson at the helm. Again, the Seahawks are just not going to be competitive like that this year. They just don't stand a chance in this game. So, and I think Russell Wilson wants to make his mark early. I think he has a point to prove against Pete Carroll. So we're gonna see him steamroll this team. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely have been, showing off, saying, you never gave me anything, you never gave me an O-line, and he's gonna come out and fire. I just feel bad for Chico and Big H to have to witness that, man. I thought me watching what the Bengals are gonna do to us is bad. What Russell Wilson's gonna do is it's gonna be bad.
Hey, man.
Yeah. So I have the Broncos winning comfortably.
Yeah, it's gonna be a very close one, but I think the Seahawks gonna pull this one off.
No, okay.
Relax.
Come on, man. Stand on that. Stand on that,
Relax.
bro. Come on now. Big
Damn well,
Seattle.
that's not true, man.
April Fools came early, man.
Got you guys. But seriously though, it's gonna be the Broncos that take this win home. Obviously, Russell Wilson is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Even though he left us, I still got mad love for the guy, But I feel like it's not gonna be a blowout. It's gonna be closer than people expect or think. We still have. I feel like our defense will be able to keep up. I feel like guys like Jordan Brooks, rookie Tariq Woolen, who just got the starting spot. Shout out to that guy. I feel like our defense will be able to keep up in terms of like not making it a blowout. But we're definitely gonna lose. I'd say less than 10 points. But yeah, it comes down to Russell Wilson versus Geno Smith, which is day and night, and Russell Wilson is the best quarterback in the league. Not the best quarterback in the league, one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, man, that might have been a Froden slip. Not gonna lie. It might have been. I know you believe that.
No, relax. You blow my cover. But yeah, I got the Broncos winning by 10. I'd say 14-24.
I got the Broncos coming in just cooking us. Russell Wilson's back in, his old team, coming back for another game, Monday Night Football in Seattle. He got a statement to prove. He wanted out of the team. He wanted to say, hey, I can run my own type of offense. Let me get the keys to it. And then he should have a fantastic day playing, So I don't expect none from Geno Smith.
Let me go ahead and piggyback off what you just said right now.
I'm back. I don't expect much from Geno Smith or our offensive line or our run game to hold down. I don't see BK doing nothing or Tyler Lockett. So it's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pick the Broncos as well. I just don't think Russell Wilson's going to have that crazy game everybody's expecting him to have. He's coming back to his old team. He's in Seattle. Everyone's expecting maybe like a 4-touchdown, 400+ yard game. I don't see that. Maybe a couple touchdowns, 350, close to 400. He's not going to try to go crazy on Seattle. I think he's got a lot of love for y'all, and he's not going to try to do you guys dirty.
I think he's actually going to do it just because Pete Carroll's on the other side. He's going to do him dirty just because of that. He tried to prove a point to Pete Carroll.
He might try to do that, and but at the end of the day, I think it's just a little too much. Especially being in your first game back.
Yeah.
First game with your new team.
Hey, Russell Wilson's too much of a nice guy, man.
Nah, yeah. I feel like he's
too much of a nice guy, man.
I feel like he's gonna make a statement that week 1 against them. It's gonna be a tough one.
Nah, there's gonna be a guy named Daryl Taylor who cracks him. I promise you, 2 sacks, 2.5.
Maybe if these two teams are playing it midway through the season, I can see Russell Wilson going off. But this is the very, very first game with a new team, so it's gonna be pretty tough for him to really have a crazy game. So I have the Broncos probably winning by double digits, but the Russell Wilson, breakout game, revenge game, I just don't see it happening. But that's just
Baker Mayfield happening.
Oh yeah, 100%. Baker Mayfield's coming out to prove a point.
You guys heard a Baker Mayfield revenge game. I don't think anyone serious has ever said those words.
Man.
But that's not a serious.
You guys gotta understand, man.
If people saying Baker Mayfield's gonna have a revenge game and Russell Wilson's not, that's crazy.
The thing is, though, it's two different type of situations, though. Seattle didn't give up on Russell. Let me explain. Seattle didn't give up on Russell Wilson. At the end of the day, you guys just couldn't find a way to win and surround him with the pieces to win. The offensive line was always bad. The defense was never that good. After LOB, and Russell Wilson was pretty much carrying you guys' team. As you guys mentioned in previous episodes, there was some sort of beef between him and Pete Carroll. With Baker Mayfield, the Browns clearly gave up on him as a quarterback, even though a couple of years ago he took him to the playoffs. And with that, they signed Deshaun Watson. That's as clear as day. We're moving on from you. You were our number 1 pick, but your time here is done. They didn't offer him a contract, and they ended up trading him for I think it might have been a 3rd-round pick. Yeah. So this is why those situations are different. Baker Mayfield's coming.
But I feel like he does have some sort of resentment with Pete Carroll, because if we're being honest, Pete Carroll kind of restricted that offense, and how Russell Wilson played dictated a lot of what that team was able to do. So I wouldn't be surprised if Russell Wilson comes out with and the weapons that he has 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns type of thing.
I mean, I know you guys remember 2020 when Shoddy opened up the playbook for Russell Wilson to let it fly, or # let Russ cook. The first 5, 6 weeks.
And then Pete Carroll was like, "Nah, let's get back to it.
Let's cut that off. Let's cut that." Because at that point, Russ was one of the top heads for MVP, right? If I'm not mistaken.
He was playing really well.
Yeah, and then Pete was like, "Now let's run the ball like it's 1980." Come on,
yeah.
man.
No, I completely understand.
Pete Carroll held Russ back a lot.
A lot. I know there's animosity between the two guys, Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson, but the Seattle Seahawks did right by Russell Wilson by trading him, to a team like the Broncos that just really needed a quarterback. The Panthers needed a quarterback, but that's not the best situation in the league. The Broncos is a better situation than Carolina, and they with trading for Deshaun Watson. The Browns made it clear we're moving on from you, Baker. You're just not our guy. Even though we drafted you number 1 overall, we're not going to extend you. We're just going to trade you for a 3rd-round pick. That's what you're worth right now. So that's why I believe Baker Mayfield, he has a point to prove to the Browns. I don't think he's going to have a crazy season. They're not going to make the playoffs, in my opinion. But for this game, week 1 specifically, he's going to have a revenge game. He's going to remind the Browns why they drafted him number 1 overall. And then whatever happens the rest of the season, let the chips fall where they may. But for this game, he's going to have a revenge game. Just book it. So I'm letting you guys know right now.
How bad do you think it's gonna get, score wise?
I mean, I think I said they were gonna win by 7, a touchdown or something. It'll be a pretty good game. But he's gonna have a good game though. He's probably gonna throw for 3-4 touchdowns in my opinion. Probably 3. probably 3. McCaffrey's probably going to get his rushing touchdown in, but he's going to have maybe like 400 yards. So if you're watching game,
Baker Mayfield 400 yards.
He's got some pretty nice weapons in my opinion.
Yeah,
He's got McCaffrey
against the Browns
defense.
DJ Moore's,
bro, like
DJ Moore.
DJ Moore's gonna work Denzel Ward.
Like this is what's gonna happen. Like you guys are getting ahead of yourself. This is what's gonna happen. Baker Mayfield's gonna have 270 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. McCaffrey's gonna do all the work. Simple as that. That's what's gonna happen.
I hope so.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen here.
Another fantasy plugin.
I don't know about that. Maybe this week it's gonna be. This upcoming week is gonna be big. It's gonna be the Baker Mayfield show. So I'm letting you guys know that straight up.
Hey, Chico, man, I hope so.
You got him too?
Nah, I don't have him in the league, but I'm rooting for you, man.
Nah, yeah,
I need you to win. I need you to win, man.
I'll take care of business, man.
Take care of business, man.
What I was about to say is there's a reason why Russ is on Monday night, you know.
Okay, so with that being said, we'll go ahead and move on to our Super Bowl predictions. Who do you guys have making it to the big dance in Arizona this year?
It's gonna be to me, I have the 2 teams that are gonna be matching up on Thursday. The Bills and the Rams. I have those 2 teams making it to the Super Bowl. Just simply because of the fact that to me, these 2 teams have retained that they're a team. The Bills, again, they picked up Von Miller as a huge pickup. The Rams, again, we know Bobby Wagner and Allen Robinson. And to me, the NFL is all about if you're elite, it's all about maintaining that roster. You either get better or you get worse. And to me, both the teams are either they've gotten better or they've maintained that same level. So again, I have them going back to the Super Bowl. I have the Rams going back to the Super Bowl. And to me, I see the Josh Allen getting it. This is going to be the make or break. This is going to be the year where Josh Allen. Again, I'm a big Aaron Rodgers fan. I have him as his top 3 quarterback, but Josh Allen, with the way he's been playing the last 2 years in the playoffs, he's been knocking on that door of the top 3. He's trying to break into that threshold. So it's either he gets in that with having a monster season, an MVP year, or he wins the Super Bowl. So, and we've seen how he's been knocking at Arrowhead the last 2 years, and this might be the year that he makes it through. So I have the Bills winning the Super Bowl this year.
So you have the Rams going back, but the Bills winning.
Yes.
Okay.
I actually have the Bills winning, but the Rams going back. So polar opposite. I just feel like the Bills they picked up a lot this offseason. They picked up a lot. Picking up Bobby Wagner. Excuse me, not Bobby Wagner. Von Miller. You know, he's going to give him that rushing presence on the D line. And I'm expecting a big year out of Gabriel Davis. So whoa, rewind that back. That back. You're not talking about Gabriel Davis because you just said he's not fooling me, man. What's going on here? He's not.
You switching up now? You switching up your stance now?
I want to say one thing, man. I drafted him in fantasy. I looked at the tape. I analyzed something. I was like, you know, he's going into that number 2 slot. No more Cole Beasley, no more Emmanuel Sanders. So the workload is going to be there. And what I saw in the AFC Championship, the route running he had.
Nah, man. Chico, what's going on here? Chico, you see this?
I analyzed something.
What did he say about sample size?
He said he's not fooling me, right?
He's not fooling me.
Nah, I changed my stance. Man. Come on, what's wrong in changing your stance?
No.
Man, it's been done once so far. I'm dating the Raiders, so this is the second time.
I'd be changing stance, man. What's wrong with me changing my stance? No, I feel like Josh Allen's gonna, you know, he's gonna even have a better year than he had last year. What do you have? Like it was like 45 touchdowns somewhere around that region. So he's gonna take it to another level. I don't know, 50 might be out of the realm yet, but I feel like the Bills are Super Bowl favorites for a reason, and they're gonna get it done this year. I believe in McDermott. McDermott's a great coach.
Oh, yeah, one hell of a coach for sure. But I don't know if you guys remember, I think it was episode 1 when I gave like a sneak peek of my Super Bowl matchup where I had Rams going back to the Super Bowl and Bills matching up with them. But this year I had the Bills winning because of one and only number 17, Josh Allen. Obviously, you see like the way Josh Allen has been progressing year after year. I mean, at one point when he came into the league, you know, obviously you saw that he had the arm talent, he had the power to throw the ball deep, but his accuracy was kind of wishy-washy. And obviously, you've seen over the years, he's gotten better at that. He's gotten better at the ball placement. He's slowly been getting better at different aspects of the game. And obviously, he's not like a one-dimensional quarterback. He can throw the ball, but then also he can scramble and get you like 10, 15. I mean, last year he had over, I think it was 700 rushing yards, something like that, and with like 5 or 6 touchdowns, rushing touchdowns. So with the flexibility of Josh Allen, I feel like that's the deal breaker. I feel like he outperforms Matt Stafford. I feel like he outperforms Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, all those guys. Those guys won't be able to come closer, compete with Josh Allen in the Super Bowl. So I have the Bills winning, and I have Josh Allen finally falling into the top 3 discussion for quarterback. Maybe even 2.
Ooh. I'm riding off.
That's
I mean, Tom Brady's done after this year, so it's like.
I mean, I did say Josh Allen.
You're gonna have to step up into this.
Yeah, I mean, I did say he was the best quarterback in the NFL right now. So, I mean, maybe even 1.
So far, you guys all have the Bills and the Rams in the Super Bowl. I'm correct.
Yeah, they all copied my notes, big bro.
Okay.
Come on.
Yeah.
No way you're gatekeeping the Bills.
I can already like bet who y'all has like as one. I'm willing to, because he picked him for MVP. He's gonna pick him
It's
to
pretty
go to
obvious.
the Super Bowl. Yeah, so I can already get an idea. So
I'm gonna let Big H get to his point, his pick, and then I'll get to mine. So let's not predict my point or my pick.
Go ahead.
We're gonna slow the roll down on the Bills, man. I don't think the Bills gonna make the Super Bowl. I got the Chargers coming out the AFC, and then I got my boy TB12. You know, the Ghost's gonna ride off into the sunset. And I think Tampa just wins the Super Bowl this year. So those 2 right there, those are my picks.
You said Tampa winning the Super Bowl?
Tampa's winning the Super Bowl, baby.
It's a Mickey Mouse fairy tale story, can't lie.
Nah,
Yes.
that ain't happening.
They've been said that about Tom Brady every year. It's not, there's a difference between Brady and there's a difference between Rodgers. Rodgers.
Yo, why'd you throwing Rodgers?
Shots,
It's
shots,
Tom Brady.
Why'd you throw Rodgers in there? There's like no relevancy. That
It
ain't even
doesn't
fair,
have
man.
crazy
You're
straight.
throwing
That was
shots,
a
man.
crazy straight.
That's a crazy stray right there.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. That's too much of a fairy tale to me. The NFL,
Hey, fairy tale with Brady. Come on now. There ain't no fairy tale with Tom Brady. He's 0.
crazy.
You gonna carry that Tampa Bay team. That offensive weapons that he has, it's gonna be scary. And we can't sleep on that defense. That defense is top 5 defense, especially when healthy. So, and don't bring up they lost in Dominican Sue, JP.
But that offensive line to me is just like it's when they play a team like the Rams, that's where they're gonna see Aaron Donald like punish them, like legit punish them.
Bull rush after bull rush.
Like that's gonna be scary to match up
even with the top of the line, Aaron Donald still won't do that to anybody. So
yeah, but you going up against third stringer offensive linemen.
It's not gonna be third stringers when 2 of them come back middle of the season or late towards the end of the season. They're only missing 1 guy full year, so I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, was it Tristan Wirfs?
I think it's Tristan Wirfs. But Ryan Jensen, I forgot the other guy's name. They're expected to come back this season, so don't expect that O-line to fall off much. Tampa, let's get it.
For me, the 2 teams I have making it to the big dance in February this year in Arizona, coming out of the AFC, I think Abdi already teased it. Basically, I have the Bengals and Joe Burrow coming back. I think usually, when teams lose in the Super Bowl, they have like a little bit of a fall off or a huge fall off the next year. I don't think that's going to happen with this Bengals team. I think this Bengals team is ready to win right now. I hear the Bills. I understand why people would pick the Bills. They're like in prime position. We've seen them go against Mahomes back-to-back years and come up short last year, and they went out in a terrible way, in that amazing playoff game. But Joe Burrow, like I said in the last episode, he's on an MVP tour, and he's going to do whatever it takes to get back to the Super Bowl, whether or not he has to go through, Kansas City, or he has to go into Buffalo and beat Buffalo. He's capable of doing all that. We've seen it. Last year he was down against the Chiefs, 10 points going into the second half against Patrick Mahomes. That's when Patrick Mahomes goes for the kill. And he didn't, and Patrick Mahomes couldn't even put up a single point after that.
I mean, to be honest, like it just down to the Bengals defense though, because it wasn't. We're not. I agree with you. We're not gonna sit here and act like Joe Burrow was like unreal. Like I get the circumstances of his offensive line being terrible, so he had to run a lot, get out of the pocket, escape, and throw and whatnot. But again, the Bengals defense was pretty damn good in that playoff run. So can I've seen Josh Allen go toe to toe with Mahomes. I don't know if I can see Burrow going toe to toe with these quarterbacks. In my opinion, I get he has the weapons, but that's how I see it.
Though he's got the O-line now. It's different. He's got the O-line and he's got the weapons. Last year he didn't have an O-line, but he was still able to get to the Super Bowl. But as you mentioned, it all comes down to the defense. Last year, as I mentioned in episode 2, the reason why they had that incredible run wasn't because of that offense. It was because the defense got hot at the right time. Right. I think that defense is capable of, going back on that same exact run that they had last year going up against these teams like Mahomes and the Chargers and the Bills, they're capable of beating them. So I have Joe Burrow coming out of the AFC, and it's pretty obvious who I got coming out of the NFC. I'm going with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady. I think this is it's going to be the closing chapter of Tom Brady's story in the NFL. You know, we saw him retire, we saw him come back. I think he's looking to, you know, right off into the sunset like Peyton Manning with a Super Bowl ring on his, you know, in his hand, you know, going for number 8. And I don't really see any other team besides the Rams kind of giving them problems. But even last year, that game could have gone either way. If they had Chris Godwin healthy, and if Antonio Brown, you know, he didn't collapse on him against the Jets, the Rams we're not talking about the Rams as, you know, defending Super Bowl champs. You know, I don't see it that way. With those weapons, Tom Brady beats that team, and we saw what he could do with those type of weapons. And now he's getting Godwin back this year. Julio Jones, I'm not too sure what he can do. He's got to stay healthy, but at this point in his career, he's not going to be like the player everybody's expecting him to be. And Leonard Fournette, he's revived his career in Tampa Bay. I think the Jaguars gave up on him pretty quickly. So for me, Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus Cincinnati Bengals, and I have this game can go either way in my opinion, but I got the Buccaneers, you know, winning this one. I think Tom Brady goes off in the sunset, he wins his ring, and then, you know, he calls it a career. He doesn't look back, because I was questioning why he retired last year, because, you know, he was at the top of his game. You know, he was one of the best quarterbacks in the league. He led the league in passing yards and touchdowns, only throwing 12 picks, and he was a few games away of going back to the Super Bowl with that team, with basically only Mike Evans as a weapon. So he's just going to win this. I think Joe Burrow, he's losing in the Super Bowl again is going to hurt, but I think maybe the next year is his time, because I see a lot of Brady in Burrow, to be honest. And I saw that, watching him in that last playoff run, I think he has a lot of Brady in him, and he's capable of being the best quarterback in the league in a few years. But right now it's going to be Brady, Burrow. I'm gonna have to go with Brady for sure.
Y'all watch too much Disney, man. Talking about fairy tales and stuff, man. Let's.
Yeah.
I get it's cute and all, like Tom Brady riding off in the sunset. Amazing, you guys are Brady fans, but let's be realistic here, man. They're just not a better team than the Rams. Absolutely not. And
but to be honest, you gotta take into account that elbow injury that they're hiding right now.
That's one thing. That's one thing where, yes, definitely that I can take that into account. But like y'all sleeping on the Niners too, man. Like they were a player away from getting to the Super Bowl as well. Like
our dark horse team.
We forgetting about them in the NFC, you know. So
yeah, but as you mentioned a few episodes ago, you know, what happens to Trey Lance when he makes the playoffs? Right. What are we gonna see
what does
from
it look
him?
like?
You know, what does it look like for the Niners, and what are their expectations this year with him at quarterback? You know,
Right.
if Jimmy G's there, you know, it can go either way. It's Jimmy G, he can win you a couple playoff games, but who's gonna lead the way for them to, you know, get over that hump? Because they could have beat the Rams last year, but we're just gonna have to wait and see.
Yep.
So now that we've wrapped up week 1 in our Super Bowl predictions, I think it's only right we get to the Donovan Mitchell trade that happened last week. Donovan Mitchell got traded to the Cavaliers. The Cleveland Cavaliers sent Jazz forward Lauri Markkanen, rookie wing Ochai Agbaji, guards Colin Sexton, 3 unprotected first-round picks, 2025, 2027, 2029, and 2 pick swaps, 2026 and 2028 for Mitchell. Colin Sexton has agreed to a 4 years, $72 million deal with the Jazz. What do we think about that, fellas?
You know, the thing is with me, right? How I see this trade is, what was the reason why the Cavs did not want to pay Colin Sexton? Why did they not see him on this roster? It was simply because of the fit with Darius Garland, correct? They didn't see that backcourt as being like a viable backcourt, considering they're both short guards, right? Now you bring in Donovan Mitchell, right? I get it. Amazing offensive player, elite shooting guard. We know Donovan Mitchell. But again, the defensive liability that's in that backcourt to me is still scary. And I don't know why people are so high on the Cavs. I get they have Jared Allen and Evan Mobley, but they have a complete lack of wings. That perimeter defense to me is terrible. Their perimeter defense is going to be a big issue against them. And the NBA is a wing league. I get Steph Curry won the chip, but the NBA is a wing league. You have to have a dominant wing to make it far into the playoffs. We've seen guys like Jimmy Butler, Jason Tatum, KD, and then unless you're an elite big like Giannis or Jokic or Embiid, we've seen a wing like LeBron or Kawhi. That's what you need to be able to make it far into the playoffs. And to me, this fit of Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell might be fun offensively, but defensively it just scares me a lot.
I don't know, man. I don't like the fact that you're basically saying Con Sexton fit was the reason why he was ultimately not.
Ultimately it was.
Ultimately, I feel like Darius Garland's progression basically shifted him out. The way Darius Garland in the last 2 years, he turned into an all-star right before our eyes, averaging 23 and 9. So obviously it's odd man out. Sexton wasn't one of the best players that you could have on a team. Coaches did not like his play style. It was very erratic. I mean, if coaches are telling you as a rookie, you're stalling the offense. I mean, come on now. They were coming out and saying
that was about almost 3 years ago. So
yeah, but then it continued into year 2. I mean, granted, he had a 20-point per game season, but I call that.
The next year he had a 24-point game season.
Nah, I'm not. He did not have 20 back to back, did he?
Yeah, he did. He had 20.
He averaged 24.
Yeah, averaged
24.
24.
Okay, 24. It was in COVID. It was in COVID, man. Guys like TJ Warren were averaging 20, man. No offense, Chico. So that basically, yeah, no. Regardless, all I'm saying is Donovan Mitchell elevates this team to another level. Who cares if they're getting torched on offense?
I mean, that matters though.
Garland. Okay, you get torched by the scoring guards. I promise you that paint is clamps. Paint, no, you're not.
And we understand that. And I think we understand that Mobley and Jared Allen on the back end, of course, they're going to hold down the paint. So my point is, offensively, I feel like they're going to trade buckets. That's granted. But the fact that you're thinking, hey, they're just like barbecue chicken. I mean, you look at when you look at the elite teams in the East, right? You look not even the elite teams. You look at the teams in the East, right? You have Giannis. You have Giannis in the Bucks, right? He's an elite.
It's unfair to compare him to those teams.
No, but listen. But you have Tatum.
If you make that, if you're gonna make a trade for Donovan Mitchell, like what's the game plan? You know, like where are you going with?
In my opinion, the expectations for the Cavs is to at least second round or more.
They were a playing team. Initially. I feel like now they're mid-table East team. So 5.
They were only a playing team last year due to injuries.
Yeah,
and that was without Colin Sexton.
Yeah. So they were doing well earlier in the season, but obviously Darius Garland could only do so much, and Colin Sexton was injured, so it was just
Jared Allen got injured as well.
So now that they have Donovan Mitchell, there's more of a scoring option. There's someone to take a load off of Darius Garland. So you can't really just that's all I'm saying is there's help now.
I think honestly, I just don't know why the Cavaliers would make a trade like this, because they made it. Okay, I get it. Donovan Mitchell, he's a hell of a player, but like, if you're gonna trade away all these picks and all these players, at least like you gotta put be in a position. No. Be in a position to win a chip, because with this trade, the Cavaliers are not championship. They're not a championship contending team right now. You still got the Miami Heat, you still got the Boston Celtics, the Milwaukee Bucks, and I'll throw in the Sixers and the Nets on the edge, right? So that's 5 teams off the top of my head. I think this trade just really affects other teams like the Raptors, the Bulls.
In my opinion, it's still even against a team like the Raptors, right? Like that, if the Cavs and the Raptors played in a series, I'd still have the Raptors ending up winning that series, in my opinion, simply because of the fact that there's a lack of perimeter defense and just an overall size matchup. You have a guy like Siakam, Barnes, OG Anunoby. Again, they have all these wings. That's the thing, though. The NBA is a wing league. When you come into this with a 6'4" Isaiah Okoro as your small forward, that's an issue to me. And they have no wing depth. In my opinion, trading away what is the rookie's name? Ochai Agbaji was a big thing, in my opinion, because he was going to be eventually eased in as their small forward, to be honest. So losing that, and then now you get Donovan Mitchell. What is the playoff expectations for the Cavs? Are they looking to be an Eastern Conference team? What are they attempting to get to? That's how I see it.
Yeah, I mean, I'd understand this trade a lot more if the Cavaliers already had a superstar on this team. I get it. Darius Garland, he's an up and coming, point guard. He's a rising star in this league. He's a great player. But if you're trading for a guy like Donovan Mitchell and you're giving away every asset that you have, you should already have like a team that's right there on the doorsteps of being a championship contending team. But with this current roster that they got, they really don't have the pieces to really make a push like that. They'd be lucky to make it to the second round, in my opinion, because if they run into a team like the Raptors, or if they run into a team like the Bulls, in my opinion, or potentially even the Hawks, it's going to be a tough series. Those series can go 7 games, in my opinion.
Right.
So I think it's just I'm just a bit confused on why they did that. I think the Jazz won this trade due to the fact that they got a ton of picks, and they traded Rudy Gobert in this offseason as well. So I think they're going into a full rebuild. And with these picks and Colin Sexton, I think Colin Sexton's a hell of a player. With him last year, he's getting a payday if he's healthy. He's only getting paid $18 million a year. I think that's just bogus in my opinion. He would have gotten way more, over 110, over like 120, wherever the market. Like Anthony Simmons
Whatever Anthony Simons got, he got like 25 mil a year or something like that, or a little bit more than that.
Sexton would have definitely been around that range.
I do have a question though before we move on from Donovan Mitchell. Do you feel that the Cavs made a better trade for an all-star guard than the Hawks did for DeJounte Murray? Do you feel
that's a good one?
Yeah. Do you feel, because I feel like DeJounte, like he helps.
Well,
now,
it's a question about which backcourt do you guys think is better? I think we should start it.
Yeah, which backcourt? Yeah, so I mean, it's a tough one, man. But
you pose a good question, man. You pose a good question. I'm gonna have to go with Garland and Mitchell. I like Trae Young a lot, and DeJounte Murray, I think he's a hell of a point guard, but just them, Donovan Mitchell, he's gonna be able to play off Garland pretty well, because Donovan Mitchell, being the two guard he's a score first. He's a great scorer, and Garland, he's like, he could do both. He can score, he can facilitate the ball. So it's not like they're gonna have an issue trying to like who's gonna handle the ball. Garland's gonna do his thing, and Donovan Mitchell's gonna do his thing. But for the Hawks, Trae Young, he's a ball dominant guy, as we've seen these last 3 years he's been in the league. And DeJounte Murray, he's a ball dominant guy, but DeJounte Murray can't really shoot like that, and he's not really a crazy scorer like that. But Trae Young is. So maybe the threat of Trae Young coming off ball, like on a Steph Curry type beat, then I would probably lean towards them. But we just don't know if they're gonna, run that type of offense.
Right.
I think they're gonna have a two-ball handling offense.
I think what you're describing as like Trae Young's like scoring ability. I think that's what's gonna free up DeJounte. He's gonna be a lot more of being able to cut off the ball. They're gonna have staggered minutes with him as their point guard, because we saw last year Trae Young, he struggled in the playoffs, but a lot of that was due to the fact that they legit had no secondary ball handler. Nobody could have the rock and do anything with it. Right? They had Kevin Huerter, Bogdanovich, nobody else of that sort. DeAndre Hunter was the only one that was really able to actually like score, and that was towards the end of the series. So I think this fit. In my opinion, I'm going with the Hawks as being the better backcourt, simply because they have the best player out of the two backcourts in Trae Young. That's primarily why. Is if we're talking about fit, that's something that we'd have to see. But overall, I think I'm just gonna go with the team that has a better backcourt player, and that's in Trae Young.
No, I definitely that's respectable, but I just feel like the Donovan Mitchell just takes his team to another level. His scoring. I mean, he hasn't had the best playoffs the last 2 years, and I just feel like that team just got real toxic, and it was real bad. They just collapsed every series that they had, especially the map series. It was ridiculous how much they collapsed. So for him to be in a new system, new offense, I feel like it'll elevate him more than he is already. And he's still young. He's I think he's like 26, 27, so he's still in his prime. So it'll be interesting. I don't like the fact.
My thing is, I think like Donovan Mitchell would have been perfect for my team, Miami Heat. He would have slotted in perfectly.
That's the reason why you're
no thinking, like that. In my opinion, like that's the fit that like separates, because Miami Heat's literally the Miami Heat's issue was the fact that they didn't have a secondary scorer after Jimmy Butler. Tyler Hero was hurt. Bam Adebayo's like scoring production wasn't quite there in the playoffs. So Donovan Mitchell slotted right into what Miami's plans were. And now you bring him to a team like the Cavs. What are the Cavs like seeing as their, like, they could be a team that threatens people, right? They're going to bother teams, obviously. There's no question about that. You have Mobley and Allen, who are two defensive Steinman at the back. And then you have a crazy offensive backcourt. But again, like, what is the expectations? That's my question that I pose to Cavs fans, or in general. What are the Cavs looking to do in these playoffs? Are they looking to be a second round team? Are they looking to be Eastern Conference? Are they potentially trying to wait it out and then eventually get a small forward and contend? I don't know what the plan is with them. So I see the fit as kind of an odd one. I think it'll be a good one come regular season. But again, it's one that come playoff time, I don't know what the plan is.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think come playoff time, it's just not gonna work out for them. I personally don't see them getting out of the first round, but that's neither here nor there. But I agree with you on the fact that Miami would have been a perfect fit for Donovan Mitchell. Him and Jimmy Butler. I think that could have taken the Miami Heat over the top this year, but unfortunately, he didn't land in you guys' hands.
Yeah, it's tough. Tyler Hero wasn't moving the needle, man. It wasn't moving the needle in that trade.
Duncan Robinson.
Tyler Hero in the first rounder. That's all we got.
Oh man. With that being said, any final words, fellas?
Nah, man. Week 1, I'm excited, man. That Packers-Vikings game. I hope everybody watches what Aaron Rodgers does. That's all I gotta say.
Oh, I'm tuned in, man. I'm tuned in right here in Minnesota, man. I'm gonna be right outside the stadium after with my Aaron Rodgers jersey, man.
Yes, sir. Hope everybody's tuned in.
It's going to be America's game of the week, but I'm looking forward to week 1. I'm looking forward to coming back the next episode and talking all this mess in the world to you, but we're just going to have to wait and see. But with that being said, we'll go ahead and close things out here. Thank you so much for tuning in today's episode. We really appreciate your love and support. We'd appreciate it if you like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. For those of you that are watching us on YouTube, all of our social media handles will be in the beginning of this video. And for those of you that are listening to us on Apple and Spotify, if you go to our Instagram page at New Media Pod, you'll be able to navigate yourself to all of our social media handles. So with that being said, we hope you enjoyed today's episode, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Record a new hit, then we making us a film. Wouldn't sign a deal if I got a couple mil. Been in the lab, now they throwing out deals. Yes, now late, now that's overkill.